Oh my God, this is like herding sheep with you three. Jesus Christ, thank God. Oh, well, you're the first guests as well, aren't you? So it's like, I'm fucking shitting. But, right. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know where to start. Oh, this is horrible. I might get you to take your faces off. You're looking at me. It's weird.
Right, yeah, we'll take our faces off and see how you get on.
No, go on, no. I want you to. I want to stare at you as I'm talking. Fucking hell. Christ almighty though, fucking, it's going to end up as carnage, isn't it, with the four of us? Can't fucking...
Probably.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
But I'll do as a little intro then, because people listening will be going, what the fuck is going on? Do you know what, to be honest though, I think this is like 50% of our listener base, just like sitting off chatting now, you know, to be honest. So, are you?
Oh, yeah. I listen to it back though and go, oh, I forgot to say that.
Probably.
But as everyone knows, well, you probably don't, but you will now. This is a Lipstick Dog Show. I'm Kelly. I just introduce myself. From Basic Bitch, Naughty Treats for Good Dogs. And we've actually got some people today that know what they're doing. Kind of. Let's pretend. Let's pretend we know what we're doing. It's some of the gang from the popular group on the Al socials. Fucking hell, I forgot your fucking group name then. I've got the bastard written down and everything. It's Raw Feeding for Dogs Made Simple. Now, I had a little look on, and you've got 9,500 followers, and you've got 44. So thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
I'm excited.
I'm shitting myself. There's like 3 people looking back on me as if I know this doesn't work well on audio. But for the purposes of every other fucker listening, who are you? What dogs have you got? And most importantly, what biscuits have you got?
Right, okay. I'll go first.
Go
I'm Vic. I've got Benji and Arnie, the idiots. Benji's a bocker, Arnie's a beagle. And I've got custard creams and bourbons.
Oh, double whammy.
Right, I'm Keisha. I've got 3 bitches.
3 bitches sat here in front of me.
3 bitches. I've got Minnie the Jack Russell, who's 8, and I've got Mabel the German Shepherd, who's 2, and Meadow the Gobshite, who's a husky, who's 1. So that's me.
Biscuits.
You've got biscuits. Well, I feel shit now because Vic went first, and it's gonna look like I copied, but Vic copied me. I've got bourbons and custard creams because I told her where to go and get them.
Aldi did well today selling biscuits, tell you.
Oh, they did.
Oh, right. Well, I'm Nicola. I've got 2 Sprocker Spaniels. Arlo, who is 5, and Rufus, who is 1. And I have chocolate chip cookies today.
Oh, get on, you bloody fancy, aren't you there? You know.
Listen, Nick, let her go posh. Should I go get the cookies out?
Oh shit, I've got malted milk. Fucking yes. Do you know what I'm going to do, though?
See, they're good dunkers now.
But I'm going to open him just because I don't think you can hear him. But Bistow's kicking off in the background. And at least if he's got his gob full of biscuits, he'll shut the fuck up. I can't even open the biscuits. I'm panicking that much. I'm fucking sweating and everything. You know. Plus, as well, I mentioned last week I got bitten by a Bistow and it's happened again today. So my other hand's fucked now. Ruined.
Oh God, both hands now.
Yeah, so my right hand's just started to heal, so my left hand felt a bit left out, I think. So fucking that's had to go this morning.
See, that's why they've done it. They've gone, nah, you're getting better now. It's only fair we get you again.
No, why? It was my fault. I was saying before recording, I shouldn't fucking say this because I will end up getting them took off me. I was feeding them frozen petit filous, and I was making them like touch heads as they were eating them, and I was going, "Oh, go on, do some snogging," and then they've had a kick off and fucking bit me again. But which kind of puts us onto the nice kind of why the fuck we're here. Petit filous aren't really for like raw feeding, are they? So
no.
So it's my own fault for feeding him shit. But Right, so fucking hell, what we're all here for is what is raw feeding for dogs made simple?
So it's a group of admins and mods who have basically over the years looked into raw feeding, been put off raw feeding because of it being overcomplicated, or joined different groups, been told different things, and we just had enough of it. So we did our own research, our own legwork, studied nutrition, worked with shops and things, and set up the group to try and help other people, because so many people have been stalling doing it, or think, oh, you've got to have these magnificent posh looking bowls that are arts of blooming creations and stuff, and it doesn't have to be like that. It can be as simple as you want it to be. And I'm not artistic in any way, so I manage.
Enough on the wrong advice as well. Like a lot of people who've come to us have been given some really dangerous bad advice.
Yeah, the whole sort of just getting a bit of chicken from Aldi and putting it down and giving that to your dog day in, day out, and nothing else, literally just that chicken mince. Obviously, that's not good. So we get a lot of those, or we get a lot of dogs that have just gone off, supposedly gone off every single food people have tried. And raw feeding's their sort of last choice, last chance to try a diet with the dog. And we teach them about how a lot of dogs aren't actually fussy. They just know that us humans are a bit on the soft side and give in to them.
So why do you... I have actually wrote a few questions down. I had a year and a half of an incomplete journalism degree about 15 years ago. So I'm fucking using the bastard today. Like, why do you reckon like everyone's into raw now? Because before I come across you guys, it was I was always under the impression it was, you know, the lads that were fucking you know, the lads that were like fucking dealing in cannabis and all that kind of shit, and then they moved on to fucking selling Frenchies. And then I felt as if this was the next. You see them, and I have seen a few of it where they have opened up raw food shops, and that's the impression I got of it before seeing you lot. Do you know what I mean? So why do you reckon everyone's into it now? Obviously for the health reasons, but what's triggered it, do you think?
I think
Or
it's
are they all just drug dealers? Fucking, I don't know.
Do we have to put a disclaimer on this?
Nah, fucking no one listens anyway. Fucking say what you want. Fucking, I know a couple. I know a couple, if I'm honest, that are.
I mean, like for me, it was like Benji was really ill on his previous diets. He was skin and bone. He was literally shitting everywhere. Like he was fully toilet trained, but he would overnight he couldn't hold it in. It would just be all over the house in the morning. He was back and forth to vets. I was skint. Should pay them me frigging rent instead of me house. I was there more often, and the vets thought that it was like severe pancreatitis and that he'd have to go onto a special diet. It would cost a fortune. And a lot of people had just said, you know, oh, try raw. And I was like, I really can't. I need to do my legwork on it and research it before I try it. I don't want to get it wrong because I don't do meat. I don't do like the smell of meat at all. It puts me off. And I just thought, right, I've done my legwork now. I've spent about a year researching it. And then I thought, sod it, I'll give it a go. And then I found these pair.
So did you meet each other online then, or how did that come about?
Yeah,
It was through Instagram.
Yeah.
It was literally just through Instagram, just like looking at different hashtags for raw, and then you just find these dodgy people popping up constantly.
Yeah.
But again, it was weird because we were all in the same kind of boat as well.
Because we all started raw feeding around about the same time.
Yeah. Because for me, it started with Mabel when Mabel was a puppy. Because again, she never had a solid shite. Like permanently runny, like anything I tried with her.
Yeah.
And like my mum had mentioned raw, because we've got a shop not far, and she was like, "Why don't you like pop through and get some advice from them, see what them suggest?" And I mean, I was like, don't know. She was like, "Well, I used to do it like with mine, like back back then, like when I was younger, we had bull terriers, and them were raw fed, but it was all just tripe then. It was just,
Yeah.
it wasn't what it is now. And I was like, I'm not feeding tripe all the time. It stinks. But now, like again, like researching, looking into a market, like getting to know these and learning and stuff. Like the girls get all sorts. Like it's amazing what you can actually feed the dogs. And Mabel's never had a diarrhea, horrible, watery poop ever since.
So
You know what? I'll give you. I've not got
Touch
it. I've not got it, but I'll give you $3,000 if you can spell diarrhea.
No, definitely not.
I'm trying to spell it now, but no. See, I'm like your worst nightmare. I don't know if you've listened to the previous ones, like, but like, I can't be arsed. Like, can you not like pretend sometimes and just give them a tin of fucking pedigree chum and just fucking say nothing? Because I won't tell no one.
I see if I
personally-
did, I'd end up with a vet bill. And I've already got 2 and I don't want any more.
Oh God, no more vet bills this year for anybody. I think between the 3 of us, the dog's a bit. That's quite a bit.
You just had
But
loads of
not
accidents, haven't
food
we?
related though. That's the annoying thing. It hasn't been because of the food or anything like that. It's been because of other things.
It's like they've had a quota to fill, hasn't it? Like it's like I've got to piss you off somehow.
Really bad.
So how did you get into it then, Nicola?
I'd kind of always known about raw feeding after we got Arlo. Like I started following like dog accounts on Instagram, and there was a few that like raw fed, and I'd always kind of had like a bit of an interest in it, and I didn't know it all too well. And then I kind of like looked into it, but at that time we were like living in a flat, and I was like, if I want to do it, like I want to be able to do it properly and have like, you know, a bigger freezer kind of for him kind of thing. And then I hadn't kind of really thought about it until after we moved into the house that we're in now. And to be honest, like I never had like any sort of health issues in term like compared to you other two with Arlo. Like that wasn't what geared me to it. It was just like he never was interested in the food that he was getting. Like he just never showed any sort of enthusiasm. And we were actually making burgers one day, like with like mince, or we were making it into mince, like beef and that. And he was so excited by the smell. And I was just like, right, I'm gonna move him to raw. So got a freezer and then finished off the food that we had, and then went and seen about getting him onto raw. That's basically my story for it.
So is there a way to do raw without? God, I feel as if I brought you on to fucking slag it all off, and I haven't, because I think you're fucking boss. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a way to do it without all the fucking arsing about though? Like I love all the plates and stuff where it's all dead creative and colour and stuff like that. And I know Vic said before, you don't have to do it like that.
No,
You can just, it's just, I don't know, it's like, I'd love to do it proper, and I love my dogs and I'd love what's best for them, but I don't want to feel as if I'm auditioning for MasterChef every fucking night, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to, so have you got any tips on?
Like my fella will do all the morning feeds because he's up early and I'm dead to the world at that point. So he literally gets the mince and shoves it onto a lift mat, because Arnie won't eat off a bowl because he's a little bit of a tosser, bless him. But he literally just dumps it onto the board. That's it. So using like the premixes, it is obviously a lot better. Because you've got all your bone and your offal already in there. You don't have to faff with getting it all weighed and measured out properly. That would be my number 1 tip.
Which is what the 3 of us do 99
9 times out of 10, it's
time.
literally just get the portion for what the dog needs, throw it in a bowl, throw it down. That's it.
So you can buy it as like a wanna kind of thing. Then you don't have to fuck about with fucking, I don't know.
I mean, like if you're doing like the 80-10-10s, like you see a lot of the blocks of them sold in the raw shops. Then you'd have to look at adding in bits of fruit or veg or little bits of supplements, but you can just throw it down. So like if you haven't got loads of time, I mean, some of them I think, how much time have you got in a day? Because surely that would take like 50 hours to prepare that meal. And my hat goes off to anyone who can do it, to be fair, but you can just weigh it out, shove it down. You can get things like Natura do a forage range now, which is just all really, really amazing ingredients. And it's even got like fish and egg in there, so you can just give a little bit of that with the 80-10-10. There you go, job's done.
That's good. So it's because all I've been doing at the minute is just fucking throwing an egg in a bowl for the breakfast and thinking I was the fucking Lord and Saviour of the
Well, that's
fucking
good.
dog world. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say any fresh, like add the egg or add a bit of fish. It's better than nothing. If you know what I mean? Like
I mean, like
it's something extra for them. Yeah.
a lot of them don't do full raw, or they don't do any raw. They just want fresh ideas. So, which is fine. Like, God, I used to feed some absolute rubbish for Benji's kibble because I thought it was the right thing. But just getting little bits, like Keisha said, bit of egg, bit of fish, bit of broccoli. Even if you're having, if you're good enough to get a roast dinner, I'll come round as well. But
Yeah,
just
think we
put
all
a bit
will.
of the veg in. Just be a bit careful because, like, some veg can be a bit dodgy if you've got an itchy dog.
Carrot
Then,
cake happens in our
yeah.
house a lot.
Yeah, mine try and
Going through
steal
that at the
carrot.
minute with Mabel. Mabel can't have carrots. And so
Oh,
Arnie can't have carrots. It sets them off really itchy. It's just
Yeah,
one of them things.
but if your dog's not itchy, great. Have a little bit of this, but a little bit of that. Just avoid onions, really.
Yeah.
you're all right,
They
Nicola.
can study.
Yeah.
Nicola's pulling the same face as me. I'm fucking terrified. I'm like, oh my god, what's the say next? Don't fucking go through.
Keep nibbling me biscuit, thinking that you're all going to hear me crunching it all the way through.
Tell you what, then, right? Everyone, get your biscuits. We'll count to 3. We'll do it in solidarity. Right, I'll get 2 at the same time because I'm a fucking fat twat. Fucking here we go. Right, you ready? Here we
Go
go.
on.
Hey, hang on. Fucking did I count to 3?
Got about 4 by now.
Nicola, you count us in then. Go on.
1, 2, 3.
Oh shit! Oh my fucking keyboard. Yeah. You know what? I might put this clip onto YouTube because there's some fucking dirty bastard who'll fucking get round off on this, isn't there? Fucking. We'll make a minge.
Oh wow! Imagine if I can get paid for eating, I'm good at that.
But you know
What would you get more? YouTube or OnlyFans?
Both.
I went through a phase of thinking I could sell me sweaty knickers, you know. And I proper looked because I used to work in a clothes shop and I was up and down all day in leggings and all that. I was like, I'm fucking sweating here. I could fucking make them in. And I looked into it, but it's not just selling your skids. It's like you've got to do like fucking all kinds with it. And fucking
No.
do videos and stuff. It's not just like whipping them off
Oh,
after
no.
work and selling them. So that's why I decided to start up Basic Bitch, I think. The alternative to selling me skids.
Sell balls instead.
Yeah. I've got crumbs all over my keyboard now.
Hi, Meadow.
You
Let's
see,
have a look.
Meadow's the first interrupter.
Forgot me questions now. I might just chat shit now until the fucking 5 minutes are up. What do you reckon? Oh, are you struggling for time? Or are you all right?
Fine.
No, good.
Sound.
Fine.
Got everything done this morning.
This is our social calendar talking to you. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do you know what? I've done fuck all day because if I've got something planned, or I've convinced myself I've got fucking ADHD now and I haven't. But you know, like when you see on TikTok when you're like, oh, them symptoms are me. But like if I've got something planned,
Yeah.
I can't do anything now. So I've done fuck all until now. So then when I have started to do something, I'm overwhelmed. Like, can you tell? Do you know what I mean? I get like fucking dead word up. Like fucking, it's too much.
Have you got any of your questions left?
Yeah. Being the
Amen.
hard hitting podcast that we are at Lipstick Dog Show.
Yes.
What's your obsession with dog shit?
Oh. You can tell a lot by the dog shit.
To be fair, I do love a good little rummage around and I'm picking ours up. Like I do like a little cheeky squeeze and that. Like, but no, I just love it. Like you see on the group and stuff. Like everyone's always putting, and other groups as well, and things like like, even on like websites and things. Like, yes, I look at dog poo online, but
Like, because it smells less when they're all fed. Oh God, some of them when Benji wore before he was on raw, my God, it would make you gag. But it smells less. There's less of it because they're not wasting a lot of what they're eating. But we all get obsessed. We all want that perfect raw poo.
Yeah. Because if it's a bit white and crumbly,
all the time.
you know there's too much bone in it, so you know to reduce the bone.
Yeah.
If it's a bit too runny, you know to increase the bone. It's just you can tell a lot by the dog's poo.
And if you've got an excited dog that goes nuts on a walk like mine do, then they might have a bit of an explosive poo after a walk because they get so excited that the belly sort of gets excited with them, and it makes them have a little excited poo.
It's kind of what people call it spaniel belly, don't they? Because obviously spaniels are so. But I've got to experience the difference between the poop out, obviously, with Minnie, because obviously Minnie got attacked, so she had to have emergency surgery a couple of weeks ago. And the feta like their like brand of food, and it was like it was tin stuff. So when I picked her up when she had her first poo after, it was pretty much the same size as her. Absolutely stunk. It's just like,
Minnie's a Jack Russell, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, little love.
And
just for the fuckers listening, that's all.
Mainly the little Jack Russell, yeah, she got attacked. Just like literally the day we went to the caravan for a week with Vic and Nicola and the boys. Well, I met up for a week's fucking holiday, which was absolutely nuts. Where Aunt Frenchie christened the caravan, Mabel christened our caravan,
Rufus did,
and
Rufus christened our caravan.
Yeah, so all the dogs christened the caravan. It was like a ritual of the dogs being arseholes.
To be fair, Mabel went one step further with her christening.
She did, and again that was I knew by that because she decided Arnie's weed, Rufus is weed. Nah, let's just take a shit in the middle of the caravan.
Like trying to one up each other.
It was because it was obviously it was a bit of a crumbly poo. It was a bit dry. She thought I might as well moisten that and pittled all over it as well.
Is it like when you make mud cakes as a kid with fucking mud and that bit of soil cooking?
Yeah, I think she was making her own mud cake.
Fucking hell.
Like from a pup, like she's never ever done it in a house. Like she's fully house trained. She's never done it in 2 years, and she decided to do it at the caravan.
Oh, a lot of it's to do with just getting their smell on there and stuff, isn't it? And things and
yeah.
Ours had piss wars when because I've got 2 cats as well, and whenever I've got a habit of introducing new animals all the time, I get bored easily, so I get another one. And there's always a period where they'll just fucking, it's just like piss wars. Fucking, I need to take the carpets up my house. My house is one of them houses. Do you know, like in the fucking late 90s where you'd have like the fucking Alsatian house?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. My house is that house where like fucking it's just fucking rotten, fucking rank.
If you lived in.
Yes. Lived in.
Yeah. Lived in, yeah. Disgusting. Fucking. They have social services for dogs. Fucking take them out. No, do you know what?
When you go to some houses though, and like they're absolutely immaculate, and you're scared of even breathing in case you make it dirty. And you just can't say that.
There was what do you call them? Dog babysitters. I don't know what you call them. Fucking my dream job though. Fucking they look after your dog and that. And we dropped honey off at their house, and their house was immaculate. And it was like it smelled beautiful and everything. It's like
where's their job?
Yeah, but the house was gorgeous. It was like, where are you putting them in the fucking shed? I don't know. Just to say, my house isn't that disgusting. If anyone's I'm just gonna say if anyone's listening, but you've all
animals in. Never tidy. It's basically like having kids in a house, and I've got fucking both. So
what's worse, kids or dogs?
Kids.
really. I suppose if you leave a kid in the hallway all day, you kind of get into trouble for it, but you can leave a dog in the hallway all day and no one says nothing. So. Right, let's look at me questions. The hard-hitting journalism. Yeah, right. How do you know? How do you know, right? If your dogs really enjoy it, you know, all the effort you go to and everything, because dogs will eat fucking anything. Like I've at the minute, I'm really into like fucking throwing olive oil down my ears. I'm convinced that's how you fucking clear out your sinuses and all this. I've seen something on YouTube, so that's my new fucking obsession. That. So I keep doing that, but he's eating all the tissues with the fucking wax and frigging olive oil on, and he's fucking loving it. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So how do you know they're really enjoying it and loving it? Is it just like you can physically see like the condition of your dog and things like that, or? I think I've just answered the question, haven't I?
Well, going from Arlo, who just never showed any interest when he was on like, because he was on, he used to be on like fourth grade wet food and a bit of kibble, and he would never really stick around the kitchen when I was sorting it up, and he would go and have a sniff like when it was down and then walk away, and then he'd maybe eat it before he went to bed. So going from that to like what he is now, he'll like sit in the kitchen like at the doorway to the dining room and watch me plate up his food, and he would never have done that when he was on kibble and that. He was just not interested, and he'll eat it like as soon as it goes down. It's just, yeah, you can just tell that they enjoy it more.
Do you think it's a breed specific thing then? Because fucking, I can't wipe my ass without this dog fucking licking his lips. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because he's a bit of me and a Frenchie. I don't know if it's.
I know, like beagles are literally, they're known as being the greediest dog going. They'll eat anything. I mean, like, Arnie's a bit broken because he sort of decides when he can be bothered eating and when he can't. But Benji, you could like feed him all day, every day, and he'd still eat. So I think sometimes you just get like that dog that loves food, and other times you get the dog that sort of thinks, "Oh, I'll think about it."
Isn't it like 10% of dogs or something have this particular gene where they're always hungry or they don't recognise it? Is that true?
Yeah, it's something. It's like a hormone, or at least from the human side, it's a hormone that when you sort of say if you overeat regularly, like comfort eat or something like that, and I'm probably buggered because mine's well and truly switched on. Your hormone sort of switches on and it can't be switched off. Right. It's just like on constantly, so you have to like retrain yourself a bit. I just can't be arsed retraining.
Okay, get another biscuit down, yeah.
I'll get another one.
I've got him in the drawer now. Hang on, they're going to fucking pop the beds up. Hang on.
I don't know why. I put mine in my box and shut it. What the hell?
What? Tell you what, with me selling me knickers before, I put my biscuits in my box, I'd make a fucking fortune, wouldn't I? Get a few Cadbury's fingers up there. Welcome.
Oh my god, Cadbury's fingers.
There was a girl in our school called Kit Kat Girl. Remember when Kit Kat Chunkies first came out?
Oh my god, yes.
The poor bitch probably never did nothing, do you know what I mean? But she was forever known as Kit Kat Girl. I haven't moved on much since school. I'm 30 this year and I'm fucking fucking beat. While we're all eating and talking about fucking chocolate fingers up fannies, what's the weirdest thing your dog's eaten? Whether that's intentional through the raw feeding or unintentional where you've just fucking pulled the tampon out and they've caught you. You know what I mean? Something. I don't know.
None of my three have, like the three girls I've got now haven't done it, but obviously dogs I've had before, obviously when like the kids were babies, the dog I had before loved getting the nappies.
Oh
no.
Wow. Another reason not to have kids.
Yeah, it's not nice to clean it up after once I've like literally destroyed it everywhere.
We had someone mentioned a dog last week, Doris it was, last week or the week before. She ate fuck knows why it was on the table, but she ate an umbilical cord. Fucking baby's umbilical cord.
Oh my god.
So babies are like, I think they're a source of fucking delight for him, aren't they?
Wow.
I'm choking on a fucking malted milk now, thinking of fucking...
But I mean, now with the raw feeding, like, I don't think this party's anything that the girls haven't tried now. Like, they've had pizzles, which is both like willies. They've had uterus.
Uterus?
And, yeah.
Oh, I've not heard of that one. That's interesting. You can have mine. You can have now if you want. Fuck it.
They've had pretty much nearly everything now. Like, because I think with raw feeding, it's so varied of what you can actually feed. Like, there's nothing really too much off limits.
There's a phrase I heard this morning actually. What was it? Tutor to hooter. I fucking can't stop laughing. You can just feed him anything. Fucking, I seen someone feed octopus. I think it was Clay on
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was interesting.
I've not tried octopus with mine. I mean, they have like the squid. They sell like squid all smushed out into, well, we call them splat flats, but the tubes. So they've had that. They quite like it. I don't. I haven't tried it, but I mean, like, I don't like the smell of it.
Secrets are coming out now, but
Yeah, I had that for my tea last night. But yeah, I mean, again, mine have like pretty much anything. They're not fussed on salmon heads, but I think it's because they're just a bit big for them, and I forget that I've got little dogs because I always used to have bigger dogs. So
I
I just got
found
to
my
remember
salmon
that.
heads the other day.
You're gonna try them?
Yeah, I think Rufus will eat
You
it.
personally?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
I think Rufus will love it.
I think so, because he's not really. I don't think there's been anything Rufus has turned down.
What about
Do
the
it.
cheeky quaver?
Wow.
Well,
Speaking of
he's
all, how about
so-
quaver?
What?
No, I'm just chatting shit.
Oh,
Well, I know, like, probably the worst thing that Benji's eaten was, and it wasn't so much the worst thing in the world, but for me it was, he stole a piece of my garlic cheesy bread. He was made up with himself because it was gone in seconds. He couldn't get it off him. I was gutted. And then his stomach wasn't happy afterwards. And I thought, well, that serves you right. But he still looks at it. If I have garlic cheesy bread now, he still stares as if to say, go on, just get distracted for a second and I'll have it.
well, Rufus stole a bit of sausage roll off of James yesterday morning. He was trying to get him to do like spin, and he was going to give him like a tiny bit of pastry, right? And he was doing spin, and then he jumped up because he had his other hand that was up at like shoulder height, had like the rest of his sausage roll, and Rufus jumped up and just stole it and then ran. I don't think James was best pleased that he stole his sausage roll.
I wouldn't be either.
He was like, I didn't speak to him for the rest of the morning.
Was it a Greg's sausage roll as well?
No, it was the sausage rolls that I had today for lunch.
Oh.
The ones from the baker.
I'm just thinking about the sausage rolls now.
I'm hungry again.
But if people haven't had a chance to have a look at your group yet, it's on Facebook, isn't it? If you search raw feeding for dogs made simple. Is it UK on the end?
Yeah.
Is it? But if you look on there and stuff, there's like loads of pictures of, you know, like we've said before, all the proper fancy fucking beautiful looking meals. And it's like, and I think we've already answered this. It's like, could you raw feed if you're someone like me on carer's allowance, fucking tight ass anyway, even if I had money, I wouldn't want to fucking spend it, do you know what I mean? Is there a way of doing it? Or have you got to go all... No, I suppose we've answered it though, haven't we? You can just introduce little bits, can't you?
You can, and you can just start adding bits to what you normally feed anyway. But you can also, we've literally just redone our raw feeding on a budget guide. because obviously we know where everyone's skin. We're all feeling it. We are ourselves, and we're not horrible. We're not going to force you to feed like the most expensive brands. Because if I could, I'd be there.
Yeah.
I'd well have them, because they are lovely. But I can't afford them all the time. So we've got cheaper ways of doing it. Little cutbacks that you can make and things. So that should help quite a lot of people. But there's loads of guides on there, and to be honest, even if people are still struggling after that, if they just put a post into the group, there's normally either the mods, the admins, or even the rest of the members come up with ideas to help people. It's like one big massive family.
It is.
Got more family in that group than I have in real life.
Oh, have you got any gossip? Fuck it, come on, what any beef?
I mean, like, we do sometimes get the odd person who doesn't agree with what we say, or will ask for help and not want to hear the help kind of thing. But you,
We'll get
you
accused
learn.
of taking money off of brands for
Yeah.
promoting particular brands, which isn't the
I
case.
was gonna say that's the biggest one we've had. Mainly, it's like we're getting handouts from these brands for like promoting them and stuff, and but don't get it. Like we literally don't make a penny from running the group. It's all like just
Bloody
our
wish we
spare
did, like-
time.
I mean,
if we did, we'd make a pretty fortune.
we'd all be in Mallorca right now, not in our houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
If
that
we
it's not
did, but-
voluntary though, isn't it? But you've got to be careful of people taking advantage, because what I God, I don't know, just off the top of my head now, what I could see happening is someone coming onto the group, taking the ideas and recipes and blah blah blah, and doing a fucking cookbook or something, and then, do you know what I mean? Would you think of doing something like that, just like a little, like your own, even if it's just making income just to keep the group going or something like that, or you know, or a bit of shitty merch, I don't know.
I mean, like, we've all, well, quite a few of us got like branded hoodies and
Yeah.
like baseball caps, that sort of thing. But we just get them ourselves. We like, there's a fellow over near me, who just prints them dead cheap. So, you know, it's nothing special and expensive. Like, you see some places will sell them like 50 quid because it's got the branding on, and you just think, oh, it doesn't have to be that expensive. So we're not really in it for the money. We just want to sort of help as many dogs as we can, whether it's going full raw or a bit of fresh stuff getting added in and that, and just try and help where we can, really.
Yeah. Have you come across, like I said before, I come across you guys, I had it very much the belief that it was just a drug dealers fucking trying to sell something else. Do you know what I mean? Bearing in mind, I sell raw natural treats, but for that, I'm not a drug dealer.
Are you
But it's
trying
like-
to say something here now, Kelly? You trying to tell us?
No, I need help. No, wait, what it is, like, you know, like you get the anti-vaxxers, like the proper wronging people who were like fucking, do you know what I mean? And I've seen that in the raw feeding dog world as well, where you get the proper Fruit Loops who are like proper. Now, I'm all for no chemicals, because I've had a bit of an issue myself with honey. I put it on my Instagram the other day where they've had the vets issued flea treatment, and it makes her poorly because they've given her, she's a pug mix, so she's not a big dog, but they've given her the amount for a big dog because her weight is only just in that category, and it costs me more. So it knocks her out every time. So I do understand the need for coming off chemicals and then doing the natural supplements and stuff like that. But I have noticed there's a lot of people there who kind of go the other way as well, like the anti-vax people. And how do you keep a happy balance? Or, you know, I'm no judgment either way. Do you know what I mean? Your dog, you look after them how you see fit. But
that's how we sort of run the group, though. We sort of say, like, it's one of our rules is no judgment. At the end of the day, people come asking for help. If they want help finding, you know, a decent, well, I mean, there's not really any decent kibble out there, but no matter what somebody wants, we'll try and find them the best we can, and get the best advice possible for them. If somebody wants to vaccinate, that's their choice. Again, we've got like really good guides on vaccinations and flea treatments and things like that. And how to sort of protect your dog's gut when they are having them, because, like, I admit, my boys have no choice but to have one of their vaccinations, because I use daycare and boarding quite a bit because of our jobs, and it's a condition for the daycare and boarding in my area to have this vaccination, you can take a test instead every 3 years to prove that your dog's got immunity to one of the vaccinations, but not one of the others. And some places ask for kennel cough. I don't bother with that, but again, it's personal choice. So if you did say, yeah, I want to go ahead with vaccinations, or I'm still using a flea or a wormer, that's fine, as long as you know the risks and this is what you can do to help protect your dog's gut as much as possible. While they're receiving those chemicals.
It's just like giving the information out to say this is what can happen, this is what could like not happen, this is what could like you can do this way. It's just put that information out and then letting the person like make their own like choices like with everything they've got. Like we kind of like do all the legwork of the research and like put it all together, and like so people don't have to really, because there's so much like conflicting advice as well. If you go put on Google and start looking, you can find all sorts of shite. Yeah.
No, that's what I like about the group. It's not just to crawl up your asses a little bit. It's not militant. You know what I mean? Where I've worked with other people in the dog world before, and they've been like, they almost treat the dog as if it's a fucking weapon or something. Do you know what I mean? Where they talk about it as if it's a car and it's got to have the perfect petrol put in. It's got, you know, that kind of thing. It's not at the end of the day, you know, they are still your babies. Do you know what I mean? So you're not gonna. So no, I like that. How it's a nice mix of people you have got on there without fucking hell. That's a little wanking it. But
like people will come on though, and they'll sort of say, "I really do want to go natural, but I can't yet because I want to learn more first for myself. So what can I do in the meantime?" But the way we've sort of realised it was again from previous experience when we were all looking into raw, was that other places would maybe sort of get militant, as you say, and try and force it down your throat, and you're not going to listen. It's plain, you know, if you're getting told you must do this, you have to do that, you have to do the other, you're not going to listen. But if you take someone along on the journey with you and guide them through it step by step, then they're more likely to make those switches and the good choices.
Yeah, from what I've seen, just to mention the group again, on Facebook, it's what is it, Nicola? What is it on Facebook?
Raw feeding for dogs made simple UK.
And you've got an Instagram as well, haven't you? That's just the letters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the letters, Nicola?
I'm dyslexic. That's not fair.
All right, Keisha, I bullied you before. What are the letters?
RFF. Hold on.
FD.
D.
I'm using my fingers.
I don't count. Where does it go along? The RFFMDS. Is it?
UK. Oh, that's a medical condition, what you've just fucking said. Oh, fuck.
And it's the same on TikTok as well. We've actually got on TikTok now and all.
RFFDMS UK.
M? What have you got? M?
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Mid.
Fucking hell. No, I don't even know our own fucking social media for this fucking podcast.
We'll write it down somewhere.
You can see how much of a hobby / lifestyle it is for people, though. Like, just to bring it back to all the fancy bowls and stuff as well. I'm concerned that if you knew me, you'd know I've got a bit of an obsessive personality. I don't know if it comes across that way on fucking on podcasting that, but like if I'm into it, like I'll get right into it. Do you know what I mean? And that's my concern. Like I'd want all the bowls and everything, and
that's us.
Yeah, we're really bad for that. Like something new will come out and we'll like send it to each other, like, "Oh my god, look at this," and they were like, "Right, we're all getting it."
It's a problem.
Like I've literally got a cupboard full of different bowls, licky mats, like enrichment toys, everything, just for the dogs. Hi Mabel, she's giving us a paw. I've got like the drawer in the corner where it's got like all the different supplements. I don't even use half of them, but like I needed them because they were new, so I had to buy them.
Actually, sorry, go on. I was interrupting you then.
And I've got all like the drawer for all the treats as well. I've run out of basic bitch ones, so I need topping up. But I need just a drawer full of lollies because they're obsessed with them.
I'll have to cut all this out again. It's a fucking non-partisan fucking, is that the word? Partisan podcast. But, yeah, if anyone wants
What is it?
No, but speaking, yeah, I hate all that fucking self-promotion shit. It's fucking. But what I was gonna say, do you know the butcher's trays, like the polystyrene butcher's trays? I don't know what they are. Well, as part of Basic Bitch on our social media and stuff, we've got a thing called the Shitty Prize Challenge, where we do little challenges whenever I can be asked, really. And the winner, you get the most reacts, so it's the most likes, laughs, loves, or whatever the fucking thing goes. Wins the shitty prize. And I was thinking, if you wanted for you guys, if we do one for the podcast, and so we'll work it out through fucking social media or some shit, because no one's listened this far into the podcast anyway. It don't bloody matter. If you want to do for the shitty prize challenge, I've got a bar 700 of these bastard fucking butcher's polystyrene trays. I've got no fucking use for them. I'm thinking if people are raw feeding on your group and they're breaking down all the fucking shit, it might be something for them to just store in the freezer, vacuum seal and stuff for the freezer. So if you want to do a little shitty prize challenge with me, I'm more than willing. I'm more than willing to give away these fucking trays. But for postage reasons, I'm not sending out 700 individual fucking trays. So I might just throw them all out in a wanna. So if you want to, I don't know, if you want him, just message into podcast probably, or unless you want to do a little competition on your page, if someone sends in a shit picture or something, we can do it on the social media rather than have people do it through the podcast now. Unless you can think of something right now, no pressure.
Oh God, no.
Too much pressure.
I think we're best over social media then, when if we've got a bit of time to let people obviously get things in and stuff, and depending on what we're going to decide on, what they can send in.
We'll have
what are we going to do for the trees? Sorry, Vicky, interrupted you. I was just excited at the thought of getting rid of these fucking bastards that I've about 2 years and fucking shit. But no. Has anyone got any final thoughts, like Jerry Springer or whatever, before we fuck off?
If anyone wants to raw feed, it's not hard to do. It is, as our group is, simple.
It
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be these fancy bowls. I mean, that was one of the things that put me right off at the start, was seeing all these fancy bowls on Instagram. I was like, I can't do that. And now I do post me fancy bowls, but then only when I can be asked.
Yeah.
I've got to have, because you have the time and the energy to put them together, and then I get my husband behind us, to get the dogs to pause and look at him, stand this side, stand that side, right, where's the light? And it's sometimes I just can't be asked. It's put in the bowl, eat it, I don't care.
But no, yeah, so if you want to just remind us all of the link to your social media and shit, and all 9 of our listeners can hop over. You can hop over and join your 9.4 or 5k followers on yours. I feel as if this is a very unfair exchange.
What do you know when this will go out?
It's live. What are you on about? It's a fucking live going out right now. If you're listening to this for the first time, it'll be Wednesday. If you're listening to a repeat, it's probably not Wednesday.
Not yet. Just cut everything I said out.
It's me every week, fucking chatting shit, fucking going, oh my God, what the fuck have I said now? I've told people about my fucking sweaty knickers I'm going to sell, me fucking shit all over house that stinks of fucking...
If you go buying chocolate fingers now, you're going to get right looks round by you, People
Oh,
will be
yeah.
saying, I've listened to her on that podcast, I know what she's up to.
I might go for a Mars. fucking. Upgrade to a Mars. Do you know what I'm trying to think what the biggest chocolate bar would be you could stick up your foof. Fucking dirty milk. Someone's done it, haven't they?
Oh, bound to. But I mean, why would you do that to a dairy milk?
Wrap her on or
That's
wrap
just
her on. Like when you, because some people keep chocolate in the fridge, don't they? But then they'll just sit on it for a little bit just to warm it up before eating. I've just fucking shove it right up there. Fucking. What the fuck? Do you know what?
I'm never going to eat a dairy milk the same now.
Like a fruit and nut.
Go to dairy milk now, just think of Kelly.
Like a curly whirly up your ass. What are you on about? Do you know what? I think this is why I want to work with dogs, because they won't let me near kids. I think this is like the it's like
Dogs don't judge, dogs don't mind.
just taking them for a walk with a curly whirly up your fucking hoop.
Bye.
Oh. I'll say try now because I'm fucking waiting 10 minutes to fucking load you all back on again. And then yeah, fucking thanks.